What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite games, Squad, and how they went back on their word about something, and how the future of Squad is going to look pretty dicey here, in my opinion. If you've never played Squad, it is a milsim PvP game that comes from Project Reality. It's based off of Project Reality. A lot of the guys that made Squad were modders for Project Reality. Project Reality is one of my favorite games. Took Battlefield 2, made it into a mod that turned it into a milsim PvP just gloriousness. And Squad is pretty much the successor to it. Squad has had a long and pretty slow development process. It's not even anywhere close to how many factions, units, weapons, and things are in Project Reality, but it's been slowly getting there. And one of the promises that they said from the get-go was that they would never have paid DLC. All the DLC would be free, everything would be free. Once you bought Squad, you wouldn't have to buy anything. Well, that is up until they got new leadership for OWI, the guys that actually make Squad. And Tencent, you know, the Chinese gloriousness, bought a little bit of a stake in OWI. And now we're getting our first monetized DLC. And it's coming in the form of emotes. Yep, that's right. You want to clap or give the hang loose sign? Ooh, buy this pack of emotes. Something we totally needed and everybody totally wanted. This is something that I think is kind of dumb. I even kind of joked, asking them like, I'll buy it if I can dab, because it just feels like Fortnite. Like suddenly, like, oh, we're gonna do Fortnite emotes. Like nobody's gonna do hand signals in Squad. I'm telling you right now. Like this is the most worthless pack of all time. Nobody's gonna do hand signals. Nobody's gonna be pointing over there with their hand signals. It just seems like they're trying to get something out of it. Now they did say, you know, hey, we're trying this out, you know, we're gonna see how it is. They're giving away a free pack with a few emotes, and the rest are all gonna be bought packs. They're just like, hey, we need to fund development. Which obviously means their shareholders, i.e. Tencent, really need some money and influx into the game. In the past, the biggest drivers of sales have been their free weekends, where everybody can play Squad for free, and at the weekend's over, you know, maybe they'll have a sale here and there, and that seems to really drive up the community. Every time there's a free weekend, tons of people are playing. Ever since the Chinese DLC has been released, there have been thousands of full Chinese servers. So the game's selling like hotcakes in China, especially with Tencent. You know, I don't really believe that they need funding for this game. I find it extremely hard to believe at this point, because this game is constantly popping, and with the amount of sales that they have and all the new Chinese servers I'm seeing, it just seems like they've gotten a really big new buyers lately with what they've been doing. And I feel like this might be a little worrisome, because they just seem like they're trying to increase profits with their certain monetization forms. Now, usually I wouldn't care as much, but I like Squad. I do, you know, just because I love a game doesn't mean I can't be critical on it, okay? You know, I love my kids, but I'm critical on them too at times. You know, it just shows you care. That's to be honest. It's going back from what they said that they were going to do. They said they would never have paid DLC. We've only had one real big DLC, which was the Canadians. And now this foray kind of seems like the things that are missing might be monetized. Now, the biggest thing with Squad is their super slow-ass development time. This development time has been horrendous at times. They were 2.5 years behind on releasing the Marines. Almost 2.5 years behind. Okay, then we got the Marines, and one of the biggest things that we were excited to have the Marines for, the Javelin, is somewhere missing, and we don't even know when it's coming. Tons of teasers about the Javelin all over Steam. No Javelin. We have the Marines, no Javelin. Not sure when it's coming. Doubt it ever is. It's very slow. OWI is super slow. On the other hand, we got the PLA, the Chinese military, pretty quickly. Now, they first weren't going to do the PLA. It was going to be more like the Pacific Coalition or something like that, because they didn't want to specifically do the PLA. But I'm pretty sure Tencent said, hey, this is a great selling point. Do the PLA, make them a little cool, and every one of our customers in China will buy the game. And it came out really quick. They saw a chance to get a new audience and make a lot of money, and they pushed it. So it seems like they are driven more by sales than promises, you know, is the big thing. And if they see like they're going to make money on something, they'll get it done faster. Nobody's crying about, hey, I want a pack of, you know, give me a javelin pack. I'll pay $5 for it. I bet you the second we say that, the javelin will show up. Same goes with fast roping. We were supposed to get fast roping so freaking long ago, and it's been so long that BattleBit added fast roping before Squad, and BattleBits had been in development since 2015. So, yeah, BattleBit, a blocky shooter game, actually beat OWI to fast ropes. So I'm kind of worried how this is going to turn out. I'm worried that things that were promised, things that we should have had a few updates ago are suddenly going to be monetized because we want them so bad, they're going to be monetized. I can honestly see attack helicopters being added into a monetized pack. Like, yeah, they'll be in the round, but if you want to use the attack helicopter, you need to pay $10.99 for this DLC. Yeah, everybody can see them, but if you want to get in and use an attack helicopter like an Apache, yep, $10.99 for that DLC. Or, you know, hey, we have advanced ATGMs. You want to use the advanced ATGM class? Yep, $10.99 for that DLC, and you can use your javelin. Or, hey, we're going to add a special forces mod with fast roping. You know, here, you want your fast roping, $10.99 for that DLC. Or they could even take some Steel Division. The mod isn't being developed anymore, and they're making their own game, thankfully. You know, I could see it like, hey, if you want to use Special Forces, you need this DLC. Or Night Vision's being added. If you want to use Night Vision, and not Gen 2 Night Vision, but good Night Vision, you need to have this DLC. It could go on and on and on and on like that. Hell, even fighter jets. They never said they were gonna. They said they were never gonna do fighters. Fighters was a big thing in Project Reality, man. Like, the Falklands was crazy with all the Harriers and the A4s and stuff. I could see them reversing their word on that to add jets in and hide it behind a DLC for everyone to use. This is good and bad because this could drive their development up faster than what we've had, waiting years to get certain units and more stuff. Because this game does get really boring. If it wasn't for the mod community, I probably wouldn't play Squad as much, because I've been playing it since it was behind an NDA and we were part of testing groups with the original OWI guys. But you know, the modding community, especially Middle East Escalation, Steel Division was one of them that I was really interested in. Now they're making their own game. Without the modding community, the replayability for this was so terrible for me because the development was so slow. But now that there's monetization, it could speed up their development for, you know, the promise of extra cash, of course, you know, because there's going to now be deadlines and stuff like, hey, we need this round of funding, let's get this out so people can play it and buy it. So it could speed it up, but at the same time, you know, with the economy how it is, everybody's budgets being super tight, you know, this could really put a schism in the community. People like playing Squad because they got it on sale, and they don't have to ever keep buying stuff for it. Now suddenly you're gonna have to keep buying stuff for it, so it kind of takes the fun out of it. To, well, you're like, well, I really want to play that. That would have been free, you know, with the original group. But now that we have this new group in that wants to do monetize everything, I have to pay $15 for that. I don't have $15, you know. It could go either way. Look, at the end of the day, though, it's their game. They can do what they want with it. We are just the consumer. Yeah, we can be critical of it, but, you know, it's their choice, what they want to do. It's their money. It's their time. It's their baby. They can do whatever they want to do with it, and we can complain all we want, but it ain't going to change a damn thing. But we can also complain with our pocketbooks. If it's something that you could agree with, but then by all means, buy the DLC, you know, support. If it's something you don't agree with, don't buy it. Maybe play it, but don't buy it. Your pocketbook doesn't lie. If a company does something and they don't make money off of it or a profit, it's not worth it for them. But if they do it and people buy it and they make a profit, they're going to continue to do it. I'm still on the fence. I won't be touching the emotes because I think they're fucking stupid. But whatever they do next, I'll make a decision on. If they somehow bring out something really cool for a good price on the DLC, maybe I'll get it. But if they don't, I think I'll just stay away from spending more money on Squad. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you think this is a good thing for Squad? Do you think it's a bad thing for Squad? Is it something you're going to buy? Future DLCs, maybe they're cool stuff like fast roping. Would you buy something like that? Or are you just going to sit it out and keep playing the game for free? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Peace.